can't seem to hire fast enough. With tech employees quitting their jobs in droves, job seekers are buzzing about having more leverage to negotiate better benefits and in some cases, almost double their pay. But this may not be the reality for many people. Oh, this may not be the reality for many people. It's like, you know, all these news articles and stuff like that come out there and start talking about what's happening. And they're talking about the majority of people. But there's a whole bunch of underrepresented people that aren't part of that majority. And things just don't happen like it happens for the majority. Okay? So when you hear articles about the Great Resignation, I always say, and I said this before, be cautious about the moves that you're going to make if you're going to quit your job. Be very careful, because you could be setting yourself up for a lot of failure. And we've seen examples of people who are part of the majority find it very difficult, even in this talent crunch and hiring crunch, to find jobs as well too. Okay? While women and employees of color are most likely to quit their jobs and look elsewhere during the Great Resignation, some tech workers from underrepresented backgrounds feel this newfound leverage doesn't apply equally to them. Nothing is going to be equal, guys. Nothing is going to be fair. Nothing is going to be the same. Okay? Pay inequalities in the industry have long been documented, and while some are optimistic the Great Resignation can improve compensation and workplace culture for underrepresented workers, experiences of undervalued at the negotiation table have other hesitant to try to take advantage of that moment. Guys, we have to do a better job at asking for what we want and not being scared of asking for what we want. We have to be skilled at asking for what we want and not being scared at doing so. I got a good brother of mine who is converting from a contract role. He's a mentee of mine. He's been on the show, Brother Steven. His company asked him to come on full time. He hits me up earlier in the week, and Mr. Stern, he's probably watching this right now. And he says, Antoine, you know, they're asking me to come on full time. What should I do about this whole salary thing, right? He's making, you know, in the contracting role, he's probably making about 150, right? Based on his hours, the amount of pay they're paying him per hour, probably making about 150. So I told him to do the research, go to payscale.com and so forth, and find the range of what, you know, they're paying people in that area for that role. And it comes out to be anywhere from 150 to 200, right? That's the range that came up. You know, so, you know, I'm coaching him to ask for what he wants. You know, and it's difficult. It's been difficult for me too, to ask for what you want, but eventually you're going to say, I'm worth this. And he's worth it. And I said, you know what? What's the minimum that you want to be paid? Oh, I want to be paid $178,000. Okay, well, that should be your lower band. When you give that recruiter in this company what you want to be making, say the range should be 178 to 188, or 178 to 194. Give them that range. If 178 is the minimum, give them the range. Try to get in the middle. Everything on top of the 178 is icing. You're going to be happy there. You're going to be making bank. But it's just the uncomfortability of doing the research and saying what you want. What's the customer or what's the company going to come back and say? Oh, well, you can't fit this. We can't fit you in this budget. You're done. No, they're going to say, revalue you. We're going to pay you this, or that's not our range. Can you negotiate down? And you can say yes, or you can say no. They're not going to just cut off conversations right away. I haven't ever seen that happen. Personally, that hasn't happened to me. But you have to know how to negotiate. You have to know how to negotiate. So my whole point of this is that Aaron Turner, for example, is a senior software engineer at a cloud computing company, Fastly, who grew up in a lower income neighborhood in Long Beach, California. He told Insider that while some of his friends were able to get a pay bump because of the current job market, he was wary about trying to do the same. When he feels comfortable to speak his mind and valued at his job, he said this wasn't the case when he was interviewing, working at different FAANG companies, which are Meta, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. He said that when Google saw he had no competing offers when he accepted an engineering role in 2018, the company refused to increase his offer. It wasn't until after he accepted the initial job offer that he learned he was the lowest paid engineer for his level.
Man, sit your ass down.
Let me say it, man.
Man, sit your ass down.
I don't want you guys to fall into this trap as well, too. When you're going for these jobs and you're applying for these jobs and you're going over to tech, you're taking the first thing that the company offers you. No, do your research. I dropped a video on my Patreon about how to negotiate salaries, and it was because somebody asked for it. Brother Christian, how to negotiate your salary. Don't just take whatever the company says they're going to offer you right away. No way. You come to me and say, okay, I just took what the company offered me.
Man, sit your ass down.
That's what I'm going to say. That's exactly what I'm going to say. And I'm going to give you the game and why you screwed up and how you can get better the next time. Because if you already started being the lowest paid engineer, it's going to be a huge climb to get you back on track. You're going to have to figure out your exit to get to more money if you want to get to more money. Or you're going to have to find a way how you can correct that by climbing the ladder. Okay? But let's talk about it. He said that it wasn't until after he accepted the initial offer that he learned he was the lowest paid engineer for his level. I'm stuck in a balancing act because do I want to go somewhere where I will get paid a lot more money, or do I want to keep working in a place where I like the technology, the people, and I know one going to turn around and say something because they subconsciously think I am below them. Let me read that over. I'm stuck in a balancing act because do I want to go somewhere where I will get paid a lot more money, or do I want to keep working in a place where I like the technology, the people, and I know no one's going to turn around and say something because they subconsciously think I am below them. Culture versus getting paid. How you feel versus your outcome of getting paid and getting the hell out eventually one day. That's the decision that you're going to have to make. That's the decision you're going to have to make. April Christina Curley, who worked at Google as a campus recruiter for historical black universities and colleges and an internship lead until she was fired in 2020. She said, frequently she saw how candidates, especially those from underrepresented backgrounds, felt too scared to say no to the initial job offer, and that companies like Google knew how to take advantage of this.